Striker! Kids, don't try this at home! Fire! Bye-bye!
Hey, what is going on, Rangers? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to my review of the Storm Striker from Power Rangers Ninja Storm. The Storm Striker is the combination of the three weapons that you see in front of me, held by Shane, Dustin, and Tori. We have the Hawk Blaster in the back here, we have the Lion Hammer here on the right, and then on the left we have the Sonic Fin. Something cool about the Storm Striker is that with the three weapons, there are three different combined modes for the Storm Striker, where each individual Ranger's weapon gets a chance to be the lead of the Storm Striker, giving it its own custom sound effect and also its own custom finisher, depending on what monster or challenge they have in front of them. So that's cool that they gave this weapon a lot of diversity and giving each Ranger a role to lead in the weapons combination. So here we have the Hawk Blaster in front of us. Up close, we can see that it certainly does resemble a hawk with that red hawk motif going on, the beak, the eyes, and the side feathers of the face. We get that on both sides. Clearly one side holds all the screws while one side looks pretty. That's pretty typical for Power Rangers weapons. Up here we have the fan, which is a translucent red plastic which houses a LED which will light it up when the trigger is pulled. This blaster does take two AAA batteries. It's relatively small for adult hands. My hand does get relatively close to the bottom of the handle here, not a lot to grab on. And the hole here where the trigger is doesn't really fit my finger all that well anymore, so it's certainly meant for younger Rangers. Up here we have this gray bit of plastic with this yellow button that triggers the transformation sound, as well as back here we have another yellow button that will trigger a separate transformation sound when you put on the Sonic Fin and the Lion Hammer. The eagle face looks relatively nice. This gray bit in the show is where the laser would come out. Down here we have the wind symbol. And that's basically it for aesthetics for the Hawk Blaster, aside from this gray bit of plastic in here. There's not a lot going on. We have this black handle with the gold accent trim. Let's go ahead and turn it on, and I'll give you the sound effects for the Hawk Blaster alone. So it's not that cool of a sound, it's just a regular blasting sound. Pretty generic. So yeah, that is the Hawk Blaster. Up next we can talk about the Sonic Fin. Mine is in pretty rough shape, so please do pardon all of the scratches and the scuffing. I used to play with this toy a lot as a young Ranger. The Sonic Fin is relatively simple. It is a megaphone design where you would speak into this part, and then sonic waves would come out of this part here. There's not a lot going on with this. There's no electronics. This trigger is just molded into the plastic. Overall, it is a light blue blaster-like device. We have some gold here. We have the water symbol down here. Not a whole lot going on. It's pretty lightweight because the majority of it is hollow for transformation into the Storm Striker. It is a cool idea having the sonic waves that the dolphins and the whales use to communicate being transformed into a weapon for Tori. I like what they did with that. I just wish that they did a little more with the toy, maybe giving us a trigger that you could pull. No electronics in this once again. It's just kind of a hollow plastic megaphone. But it's cool nonetheless. Lastly, we have the Lion Hammer that is held by Dustin, the Yellow Ranger. It's basically just supposed to be a big hammer. In the show, this is much larger. It's like a 4 or 5 foot large hammer. The head is a lot larger as well. Clearly, they couldn't replicate that for the toy version, so we got this little dinky hammer. Let's talk about it. We have the lion's face right here. Obviously, this big hammerhead here, and then another hammerhead in the back, so you can sort of pick which one you're hammering with. Majority of the time I think it would be this large front end. We do have these grooves here for when it transforms with the sonic fin for the Storm Striker. We have this handle here again with that black and gold, and we have the lion symbol right there. Again, please pardon the scuffs and the scratches. This has seen a lot of playtime. Yeah, it's a cool little hammer. It is a little loose just because of transformation. There is a button on this side of the lion symbol that will fold this up for transformation, and because of the way that that transforms, it is a little loose. You get a little rattle. But nonetheless, you can still go around and bop things with it. I wouldn't go too crazy bashing the living heck out of things because I don't know how strong this joint here is. We do hear a relatively strong click. But no idea how strong that joint actually is. Lion hammer, it's okay. So it is now time to show you guys how to put these three weapons together to make the Storm Striker. So first, it all starts with the Hawk Blaster. We'll put Tori's in front, and this just slides over just like that, and it's gonna push in this yellow button here. I will go ahead and say again that this toy's electronics are starting to fail after all of the years, so if I have to do some maneuvering or take it apart and press down a button harder to make contact, I do apologize. The lion hammer is just going to slide right back in here and click in, and then this button on the back side where the screws are, you just press that in and you can fold it up. You can fold this up before you plug it in or after, it doesn't matter. So theoretically, we should get a large blasting sound, and I will cut the camera and fix it if we don't get it right away. So that is the large blast coming out of the front of the sonic fin. One more time if we can get it. That is a really cool and epic blast sound. It's definitely not like a generic blasting sound, so I'm happy that they gave us something big for the combined mode like that. So we unclip it here, and we're just going to spin it into here by inserting and then rotating, and it will lock in. And then we press this again. We're just going to get a generic sound, sort of. And then for the third transformation, we're going to take this front assembly, take it off, and we're just going to plug it right back here. And here we have the third and final transformation for the Storm Striker. And can I just say how cool it is that we're able to stand it up on its own like this, that they designed it to be balanced enough to do this. That's really cool for display. I wouldn't go like putting too much pressure on it, but you can see I'm wiggling it just slightly, and it does have enough balance to wiggle back and forth and then settle itself again, which is really cool that it doesn't just knock over. So we'll give it one final trigger pull. And that's basically the sound that you get, unless mine is having electronics issue, and that's not the real sound, but I assume that is the sound that you would get in this form. So Rangers, thank you so much for stopping on by my review of the Storm Striker from Power Rangers Ninja Storm. This is one of the cooler combined weapons for the team, I think. I like that there are 3 different transformations for the Storm Striker that gives each Ranger a chance to have their personal weapon be the front of the blaster, and they have 3 different finishing techniques for different occasions or different monsters that they may be facing. If you guys did like the video, I kindly ask that you leave a like on the video. It helps it get out to other Rangers just like you who would love to come here and talk all things Power Rangers with us and check out the video for themselves. And I kindly ask that you guys hit the subscribe button and join the Ranger Ready family today. We would love to have you here to talk all things Power Rangers with. We do regular Power Ranger review content and more on this channel. Channel news, the Twitch channel is now live. That is twitch.tv/Ranger_Ready_official. Come on over and talk all things Power Rangers with us. I do post bits from the live stream here on YouTube for you to check out if you can't make it over to Twitch. Also, the Discord is now live, link in description. Come on over to the Ranger Ready Discord and strike up a conversation about your favorite Ranger, favorite season, Megazord, weapon, Morpher, whatever it may be. And lastly, the Patreon is now live. Go check that out if you are interested. All Patreon supporters do get special channel perks and benefits. And I will see all of you Rangers in the next video.